Hello, Decepticons. It is I, Starscreams a lot, coming at you with the first real video that I'm ever gonna do. And today I'm going to be taking a look at Earthrise Starscream. So let's get into it, shall we? So starting off with paint, Earthrise Starscream has some very nice paint. The red is very shiny, very glossy, and looks really nice. The head, very nice black paint with very nice silver paint. I think it looks really nice. And that's about all the paint that he has on him. Is just the red on his chest and crotch plate and pillar thingies, and on his head and face, which it's not a lot. The white on his nose cone is also painted, the white stripes, and on the back of the nose cone it is chipped a little bit, but that's about it when it comes to paint. But detail, because he's a part of the War for Cybertron trilogy, he has a lot of sculpted detail. You can see there's a lot on his chest, and on the pillar things, on his wings, on his legs as well. Nice stripe. The blue here is actually painted as well. I don't know, I forgot that. But on his legs in general, just overall nice, covered in detail, and on his back, which looks pretty good. It's not the worst Starscream piece of kibble that we've ever seen, but I think it's pretty good with paint and detail. Honestly, I'd give this one a lot higher on the paint and details spectrum. It's not crazy like Siege's, but it's not Studio Series 86 blank, which I really like about him. But while we're on the topic of paint, I should talk about one of the problems I have with this figure, is that because he's part of Earthrise, the paint chips quite a lot. You probably see chipped red paint. It doesn't show up on camera very well, but the head is chipped a little bit. You can see blue right along here, and especially on his crotch piece, which does get chipped pretty easily because that's a pretty actively used transformation bit, and it is also does get in the way and get moved a lot when it comes to posability. And speaking of posability, let's get into that. So for the posability, he has a ball joint of the head, very expressive. Can tilt his head side to side, look up about that far, look down that far, and do a full rotation of the head, just standard, you know. The wings can move back and forth to accommodate for the arms. Just put that all the way back. The arms can go all the way around, and the bicep can swivel. The elbow can bend about 100 degrees maybe. I'm not very sure. I'm not good at counting degrees. Oh, and the wings can also move like this. Nothing at the wrists, but it can move up and down. They know where you can swivel. Nothing at the waist at all. No ab crunch, no swivel, no nothing. And this is what I was talking about with the waist, or with the crotch piece. He has to fold up so you can fully accommodate the kick forwards. Well, just the kick forwards. He kicks back that far. It's the maximum range. The knee can bend about a lot more than 90. Extremely nice bend, I would say. And the ankle pivots that far. And there is toe down, but it's like, I don't know what you're gonna get with that kind of posing. So all in all, it's not as good as, say, the Siege Seeker, but it's still pretty nice. I think it's a solid posability. and has solid posability. And as accessories, as with every Starscream ever made, he comes with the null rays, which are removable. Both of them are. And that's it. The blast effect that he had in the beginning came with Siege Magnus, the spoiler one. That's where I got those. But overall, in terms of paint, detail, and posability, I gotta say he's pretty good. I like a lot of the things that he does, and overall, I think he's really nice. Looking really cool, really stylish. He is hollow in here, but I don't really care. It's not that bad. And while I'm here, I guess I could talk about the size comparison. He stands at about 6 inches tall to the sky pillar, to his pillars. And I have brought some comparisons. Here is damaged Dalek Thay. And here is Legacy Blitzwing. Blitzwing is he is in a pose. So let me fix this real quick. There you go. And if you hear squeaking, I'm sorry, that's my chair. I'm working on getting a better one. But you might be stuck with that for a little while. But that's the comparison. It's taller than Dalek, a little shorter than Blitzwing. And that's the comparison. Don't need to really put anything else on display when it comes to comparisons. Just, I was a leader. Dalek's about as big as the average Deluxe. Well, maybe a little taller than a Deluxe. I don't have any Commanders or Titans to show off. Well, I got one on pre-order. You can figure out which one. And we've done all the essentials right now. So the next thing we have to do is the transformation. Now, what I like to do is just start by plugging in the null rays in the back of the wings. That's what these holes are for. Next, what you're going to want to do is fold the nose cone up into the head. Fold the arms in like so. Do it on both sides. You do it again. And you fold what I like to do is I like to do it in this order, but you fold the feet down, clamp the feet in, tap the tail fins in, plug in the feet, clip the legs together. Then what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to open up the chest. Now there is a lot of people who are afraid that these tabs will break. I have transformed this thing multiple times. I use it a lot when it comes to animating, or just to generally mess with it. And if you pinch right here, on the pillars, the tabs move back and it's a nice and simple slide. Next, you're going to want to fold out the nose cone and plug it in like so. Then tap the chest back in, open up the crotch piece, and this is another reason why this piece gets so chipped. You're going to want to unclip the legs like this and tap it into the butt plate. Snap the legs back in, fold down the crotch piece, and fold down the wings so that they clip in. Fold these bits down, and bada bing bada boom, you have a jet. A solid looking rendition of the F-15, as Starscream tends to be when it's the G1 version. When it's the top of the jet, he looks really, really cool. I think this is really nice. The bottom of the jet, you can really easily tell that, yeah, those are some legs, and there are arms in there very clearly. But I don't really care. You're never looking at the bottom of a jet anyways. If you're going to pose a jet, you're going to have it in a cool swooping angle, or a swooshing angle. And if you have it in that cool swooshing angle, it's like I don't really want to take in criticisms of parts of the body that are hollow that you're never gonna really see. Right? Like, you're not gonna pose your jet like this, right? That's not what you're gonna do with it. You're not gonna leave it in like that. Why would you do that? But he's got some ports on the side underneath each of the tail fins. One right there, one in his arms, and to my knowledge, that's it. You can fold up the feet for blast effects. I do not have any at this time, as they are being occupied, and I did not remember to take them out. But overall, yeah, that's it. I didn't transform. I'm not going to transform Blitzwing, so just here is him again. Just comparing to Starscream's jet mode. Starscream is a hair shorter because of the cannon, at least from this perspective. Although the jet is not completely straight. No, Starscream is taller, yeah. Well, at least in jet mode. I think it's really cool how this guy gains like a full 3-4 inches in length just due to the nose cone. That's something I really like. It's just a nice big jet. I think that's really cool. But all in all, yeah, that's just it for the jet mode. I don't really know what else to talk about with him. So we will transform him right back and finish up this review. So overall, my opinion on Earthrise Starscream. Personally, he is one of my favorite figures in my collection. I love him to bits and pieces. That might be because he was my introduction to Transformers. Like, this is well, not really my introduction, but this is the first figure from Transformers that I ever bought. Without this, I wouldn't be standing before you, probably. Which is why I felt it was appropriate to start with this figure specifically. Because I wanted to start with Starscream. My channel is themed around Starscream. And that's about it. That's just common sense, I guess. And that's just the thing. I just like it way more than most other figures in my collection. There are contenders as my favorite. A few we might even get to reviewing. And you'll know when. But that's about all I have to say. Yes, he's better than the Siege Seeker. No, I'm not saying that for any specific reason. That's just my opinion. But, that's about it. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Share with anybody who might be interested. And that's all. Goodbye, Decepticons!